up, everybody? Welcome to the Amalgam Show. My name is Keena alongside Nathaniel and Dean Kaminsky and Shannon Haegler.
Oh my god, you didn't break between our names for us to say hi this time.
Imagine if there was like a words per minute, like there is like typing tests but for talking. I feel like Keena would be one of the fast ones.
See, actually, I remember when I asked Keena at the start of this, did you practice? And he's like, yes, I practiced for like an entire day in front of the mirror.
No, I do it in the shower.
In front of a mirror.
Oh, that's right, he said in the shower.
I was going to say, in front of a mirror, that's going to be helpful for the audio podcast. I hope I look good saying this.
Hi.
Shannon's here too, as Keena stated in 0.3 nanoseconds.
There used to be a part where like I was doing it so fast that these guys would like literally slow down.
Yeah, like you would.
When we first started. I remember the first episode you did it and I was like, what the fuck was that? I was like, did he introduce
It took me so long to figure out what you were actually saying.
Yeah, all I heard was Amalgam
like,
Show.
Amalgam Show? Yep, that's the intro.
Yeah, that's it.
Amalgam Show and names, that's all I heard.
It's like the audio version of The Flash.
The next villain is actually Keena, the talker.
He talks so fast the Flash can't understand.
It's like, what are you saying?
See, the only reason I can talk that fast is because I have rehearsed it. Like, otherwise, I go to, like, normal talking, and I just, like, no, I stumble.
You realise the audience hasn't rehearsed it, though. So they're probably thinking exactly what we thought when we first heard you say it. The fuck did he say?
Does it matter? Because after that point, we start talking about it anyway.
Well, yeah, but, you know.
They know what they're here for.
It's funny. I don't think they do.
Welcome to
Otherwise they wouldn't be here.
When we talk about our podcast.
And today, we're going to do that.
Yeah, we
For
are.
a little bit, maybe. The Amalgam Show.
Are we actually?
It's been like a
I
year.
didn't realise we...
It's been like a year, mate.
Yeah, it's been like a year-ish. So we're going to talk about we're going to talk about a year. Maybe in review, maybe for like 10
It
minutes.
took me a year. Like 1984.
Yeah,
What a year it was.
I remember that. I was
Amalgam Noir.
absolutely there.
What?
You mean noir?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Anyway, let's
Sounds like
continue.
a newer version.
Yeah, newer. It's
not
Later.
What's the Amalgam Show about? Dean.
The Amalgam Show.
He doesn't know. He can't
I don't understand you at the start.
No, yeah,
it's about, pop culture and nerdy things that we care about. I'm one of your hosts, Dean Kaminsky. Didn't we used to start it that way?
Yeah.
We used to start it with, welcome to the Amalgam Show, where we talk about all this shit. I'm one of your hosts, blank. That's how we used to do it.
Damn, Blank got fired because he was a fucking cunt.
He was,
Damn it, Blank.
he was a trial member, and we just didn't want anything to do with him.
Yeah.
We don't talk about him.
He's a real racist, that Blank.
Are we talking about
Oh yeah, fuck. Forgot about those episodes. Well, Michael was on there as
Their
well.
old roommate.
Michael was on there.
Yeah, right. I haven't
Yeah.
seen that episode.
That's the second episode.
There's two episodes. There's one where we talked about Spider-Man, and then the other one where it was Dragon Ball.
I was away for that.
You were
Yeah,
like on the first episode, and then you fucked off for ages.
Both you and Kyron were away, and so
It's just me and Dean.
it
I wasn't
yeah.
away for ages.
Yeah, you didn't come back to like episode 6.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Fuck.
'Cause it got to the point where Jonah had been on more episodes than you, I think it was.
Yeah.
That's so bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he did live at the fucking set, so
Yeah, that's true.
it was pretty easy.
I can't remember why I was away, but yeah.
You were all things band, I think.
Oh, probably.
Oh, that's right. You were playing in a band for a while.
Oh,
Yeah.
band.
I remember
They're
that.
on
It's a
tour now.
band.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Where? Ipswich.
They're in Nimbin now.
Where every band ends up eventually.
Where the fuck's that?
It's the weed capital of
Australia.
Oh, that place.
Home of the Big Bong.
Yeah. It's right near.
You big
it's
big
right-
deaf?
It's like I think it's like
Yes.
an hour from Ballina.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's like just over the border in New South Wales.
Why? Why are they there?
Because they can.
That's
For
where
for tour, or is that where they reside now?
No, they're on tour. They keep on
Every-
saying
seriously.
saying that they're going to release an EP.
They're
They keep no. I mean, like they're like, come here for our EP launch. I'm like, you can't have 7 concerts for an EP launch. It's
Yeah.
one concert.
Yeah. No,
It's
every
an EP launch.
every single band tour goes through Nimbin because it's the weed capital of Australia, and you can just get like they fucking sell it. Like
Yeah.
They can't be bothered to shut it down. It's like there's hash cookies and hash brownies and
Yeah, they have
Hash browns.
what is it? They have Mardi Gras
yes.
in Nimbin every year.
I
And
thought you were just
the-
an idiot
no.
and you pronounced that
No,
wrong.
the police go there, but they don't arrest anyone unless it's like real hardcore, like meth. But like,
So they're better jump than Roma police.
literally all they do is just
they
sit there and
do
they're
their
just
busts.
like, alright, as long as
Nice.
you're being alright, then we
Yeah,
can't do
yeah.
it. Because there's just so many people to arrest and they can't get the police out there to
It's
arrest
so
them.
fucking ridiculous. Nimbin's a place.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like a hoot.
Quickly, some housekeeping.
How's Cap, eh?
Fuck. Right. Okay. Yep.
So,
Back to the start of the podcast.
starting in like 7 hours, I'm going to be recording my reactions to E3 press conferences. I'll put them up on YouTube later. I was going to stream them, but internet sucks at my place.
By the time you hear this, E3 will be over.
Mm.
Oh, yeah. Scheduling.
Uh-huh.
So, you can watch all that. It's on youtube.com/
Are you
A
gonna
website we
Are you
created.
gonna upload those before this?
Yeah, I'll probably
Probably.
release them when I can. So, yeah.
Like as soon as, yeah.
E3's
So they'll
done
be
by-
up.
Yeah, E3's done by Wednesday. This goes up on Thursdays, right?
This goes up on Sundays, doesn't it?
Nope. It comes
Super
out
Sundays.
Thursdays.
Keep going.
What was the thing that was coming out Sunday? I
What?
swear that was a conversation we had on the group chat.
No.
No, that was all about when we're gonna film.
we dropped the game.
Oh, we fucked that up, didn't we? Because today's Saturday.
No, it's between Saturday and Sunday.
So,
No.
yeah, check out Amalgam
Sense.
Game Lab, where Shannon and I talk about video games in the industry. This week we talk...
Wait, so is it Thursday?
Yes. Podcast is Thursday. Games Lab is Monday.
Okay. Just make sure.
Fucking get it together. Jesus Christ.
If you have any questions for the show, please comment below. Email us at
I'm the newest one and I know that shit. Anyway.
Yeah, but you're on more
like,
shows than
subscribe,
me.
hit the bell, and yeah. So, our first anniversary. You know what our first episode was?
E3. No, it wasn't.
No,
it wasn't
it
it
was-
Wonder Woman?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was when we used to have the memorabilia in the front. And
Yeah.
then we were just like, either we didn't have memorabilia for 1 week or we were just like, fuck this.
Yeah, no, we... Yeah,
First of all, you can barely see this
yeah,
shit.
that
Yeah.
was the thing, that we went through all of this effort to have stuff in front of us and then we're like, it just fucking falls over
Yeah.
or you can't see it.
Mm.
There's no point.
Yeah.
So yeah, Wonder Woman was our first episode.
We went and saw it and then filmed that podcast.
You
Yeah.
went and saw it.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I haven't
That's what
seen
you only
it.
saw it recently.
Yeah, I saw it like 3
I was
months
gonna
ago.
say Wonder Woman.
3,
Like
4
I
months
was on
ago.
the podcast that he was talking about it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was fun. I feel that was a good first episode.
But we weren't talking about the movie specifically. Like,
Just the character
I think
in
the movie
general.
was coming out.
No, it was a spoiler cast.
Yeah, it was. We just got to
Was
see
it?
it.
Yeah.
we...
you just forgot all of it.
You
before
literally
saw
just
it.
said you went and saw it and then
Yeah,
went on the podcast. Yeah, we saw it.
I know you guys saw it like when it came out, but are you sure we were...
Figure it
Yeah,
out.
maybe I should
It's
watch
okay.
It's in the title. It says
But I
spoiler
was in
cast.
it, so if it was a spoiler... Oh, wait, no, I didn't care. That's right.
Uh-huh.
That's right.
Yep.
Because you guys were like, we're going to do a spoiler cast. And I was like, I haven't seen it. And you're like, ah. And I was like, but I don't care. You can talk shit about it. And I think you just explained the movie to me. And the whole time I was just like, whoa! Wow!
And
Kyron's
I
like,
wasn't-
yeah, he used the fucking piece of the tank or whatever it was to launch Wonder Woman up into the tower and the sniper was obliterated. I was like, that fucking, holy shit!
I think a lot of the time we were just like, it's just Captain America but female.
Yeah, I was
The
like,
entire
wow.
time we said
And then
this
you were like,
about
Harry
Peter.
Potter's teacher fucking went after her. I was like, this is crazy!
Then you saw it
like-
like 9 months later.
Yeah, I was
forgot
like-
everything.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god, that sniper just died. Oh, Harry Potter's teacher's going ape shit. It's crazy. That was a good time.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember what the next show was launched?
It wasn't
Ooh.
Pizza Time.
The next show that was launched.
It
Yeah.
was
It was
Dragon Ball,
Dragon Ball.
wasn't it?
Yeah.
Because we kept going on tangents about Dragon Ball, so then we just decided to make it one show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dragon Ball Super. Do you remember what episode it was?
127.
No.
124, wasn't it? No?
Fuck, if you got that, that'd be
All I know is because like like I've been when looking through the channel before I started, I noticed that like some of your early episodes are really high count.
Yeah,
I think
that's what we
it's
do.
in the 120s. Isn't it?
It was like it
No.
was
No?
mid Black Saga, wasn't it?
No.
Was it not?
No.
Just tell
We
us
might
the
have started then. No, we didn't start until. Because remember,
I know we were no, we weren't even talking about Super Saiyan Rage then. Because I remember when Super Saiyan Rage came out.
No, because Rage did come out and we started talking.
No.
I was talking with Kyron when Rage came out.
When Rage came out, me, you, and Kyron were on Skype call playing Star Wars, being like, "Holy fuck, guys! Did you see?"
That's
right.
The first episode was episode 100 that we reviewed in its own show.
That's right.
100 is the episode where Kale went full berserker and everyone had to fight her.
It's not that long ago, and it was an entire year ago.
It was a year ago.
To get from there to the end.
It wasn't a year, but yeah.
About 9 months.
Yeah.
9 or 10 months.
Ridiculous.
Isn't it only like 30? No, how many episodes is it?
131 episodes.
So
it's like
31 episodes in 9
Yeah.
fucking months.
It hurts my soul.
That's ridiculous.
And like,
Yeah.
And it's over now.
It's dead.
And I can't live without it. In other news, we just got 19 Instagram followers.
What?
Yeah, I just
What?
notification.
19?
Really? Because I think we lost a subscriber on YouTube.
19
Classic.
extras?
Yeah, no, like
We
Instagram
have.
followers.
What the fuck?
Or we
Yeah.
just reached 19?
I think Nina must have went through and followed a bunch of people just before.
But anyway, do you know what the next show we launched was?
Pizza time.
Yeah, it was Pizza Time.
Yeah.
Do you remember the first pizza?
Piece of shit. Because
Jesus.
it was a piece of shit.
Well, that's just your opinion.
Nah,
bro.
it was good when I was on it because I'd just eat pizza and you guys would talk shit.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd keep asking what the score system was. And eventually you guys just
It
lost
doesn't
track.
make any sense.
Yeah.
You film the pizza time, I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Pizza Time was
Yeah.
a
Well,
TV
they'd done it
show
like so many
that we
weeks before
created.
I eventually
Yeah.
got onto it.
It was
And
it
they
was
were
a
like-
concept
they had
that we came
having
up with when I was in
concessions.
Canada. That's what it was, right?
I don't remember specifically.
The fucking meme came out and they were like, hey guys, let's
No,
review
that wasn't
pizza.
me. That was actually Keena. He came up with
That's
the original
right.
concept.
That's right.
And then I was like, yeah!
And then you were like, host!
Yeah, we were.
No, we were like, you were picking me up, and then we were driving there, and I'm like, hey Nathaniel, no, we're driving to get the pizza or something. I'm like, hey Nathaniel, how do you think about hosting? And you're like, yeah.
I was like, hell yeah.
Yeah, the first pizzas we reviewed were pepperoni, cheesy
It just
garlic.
reminds me of the stupid fucking food review channels on YouTube. Where you got like the fat guy sitting in his car and he's like, look at this big burger that I'm about to eat. Oh my god, I'll tell you how it fucking tastes in my mouth. Ah, and he just like eats it and he's got all this grease coming out of his mouth. He's like, I'll give that like a 6 for like texture, but like, you know, it's just, it tasted great because the bacon was so good. It's like, no! That is a disgusting person on a disgusting channel, and it shouldn't exist. And then you're like, let's eat greasy food on that channel. It's like, no!
That's kind of the joke, is that like we were doing
I
that.
know it was
Like,
like,
the whole thing is just.
I know it was a joke. I know it wasn't like serious shit, but like,
But it's probably
I-
our most produced show.
I enjoyed the pizza.
Yeah, it
that,
was
yeah,
good.
exactly.
That was a good thing.
When I first joined it, I was like, this is a good show.
I'd be happy to do that
I
every
just
week.
sit
Pizza's
here.
great.
I just sit here and eat pizza, and that was it.
The only
But
downside
the
to
concept of it.
Yeah, the concept of it is fucking dumb. And I feel like no one would watch it unless they'd already seen it. Unless one of their friends was like, you need to fucking watch this. And if it was good. But, no, the main problem
that's how the SAS now tortures their and they don't want to say anything. They're like, you have to watch.
Like all episodes
This
of
video.
Pizza Time. We're about to give them more ammunition.
We'll stop. We'll stop when you talk.
Yeah.
Yeah,
In a
no.
week, we're going to give them more ammunition as well.
Now that I've said that, we're gonna get kidnapped.
Yeah.
They're gonna use it against us.
That's fine.
And
when
we'll
he
have to
starts.
watch Pizza
I filmed
Time.
this shit. Like fucking. Then he brings up the video of the greasy guy, and then I'll give it.
That's when I give up.
Yeah.
The main
Shit, we're
problem
giving away our
with
weakness.
with Pizza Time was the money, and we were poor. That was the biggest thing.
We lost
So
funding.
what were our first pizzas? What did we first review?
Pepperoni, cheesy garlic, chili pork and barbecue. Chili pork and barbecue pork and onion pizzas.
Sounds like.
And I should have wrote the spoons down. Yeah, and that was like one of the first shows Nina was on as well.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, no, but she wasn't on the first one.
Yeah, she was.
Oh, okay.
She was on the first episode of Pizza Time.
Wasn't I still finishing work?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't that the whole point? Like you guys were trying to find something to do while.
No, they put it forward, and I was like, "That's a terrible idea," and they were like, "It's a great idea," and then they were like, "Well, since Dean generally works late. Why don't we just do it before it gets here? And I was like, oh,
Because we
great.
all end up getting.
So I'm gonna have all these empty pizza boxes of delusion in my house.
It was actually really bad because the house was generally really messy anyway.
It
So
was
we'd
pretty
come
fun,
in and we'd be
yeah.
like, pizza time.
And I was just like, I'd get into my kitchen and there'd be like 6 boxes, and I was like, what the fuck?
Oh, Jesus.
It'd be 6
Yeah.
boxes because it was 3 from the previous week, and it wasn't. We weren't that rich to have 6
I
pizzas.
remember during the summer in that house, every single time we filmed, we'd have everything closed off, and everyone would be really quiet, and we'd be playing, and we'd be talking, and then at the end of the podcast, we'd turn it off, and they'd be like, open that fucking window! It was so goddamn hot. Holy shit.
Yeah, it wasn't as bad as this room, but yeah.
And then the newest show we've launched is Amalgam Games Lab, which I think is a pretty good show.
Amalgam's Games Lab, yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Is it like the patch?
Sorry?
Yeah, it's the patch with way less ambition.
Okay, good.
What's Hatch?
The patch from Rooster.
Rooster Teeth's gaming podcast.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a little less a little less ambitious, a little less edited, and with way less sponsorship.
Mm.
So, not anything like the Hatch.
I actually, I
It's like a dollar store version.
yeah, basically the 33-cent store version.
The free-to-play version.
Yeah. I
Pay to
watching,
win.
I stopped watching the patch after Fallout 4
I haven't seen it.
because
I think I saw like 1 episode because Ryan was on it, and then he was like being all professional. I was like, fuck this.
well, Ryan, I watched it for a bit, and Ryan stopped being professional. He started being a little bit more like a little bit more like a little bit more like Ryan.
in my basement.
I like Ryan. He's one of my favorites. But they did a Fallout 4 episode where they all got those Pip-Boy editions from Bethesda, and they were wearing them during it. And then part of me was just like, man, this is kind of scummy because you're saying all these nice things about Fallout 4, which is a fine game, but it's broken and busted and doesn't work properly.
Were they
And
being sponsored?
Yeah, and they were being sponsored by Bethesda, and they were like, the game's great! I don't know why everyone's complaining. I'm like, shut the fuck up. We know.
You know why people are complaining.
And I kind of just half lost they lost credibility with me, so I was just like, I don't listen to them anymore. But,
What do you guys want from the future of this weird channel?
money.
Well,
Dollar.
The bills, y'all!
That's where we fail.
No.
When we start doing it for money.
No, I just like to be able to do this a little bit more. I like to go back to filming soon, hopefully.
Yeah. I
Actually having
want
the videos up
Mm.
rather
I
than
want-
just the audio.
time management and I guess
I'm working on it.
it's not so much the quality of what we talk about, it's what we have to talk about. So
So not the topic itself, but what we have to offer as ourselves.
no, not the other way around.
What?
We have a lot to offer, but we don't know what the fuck to talk about.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, a lot of the
I
time
feel like Pokemon.
I
That's a
feel
good
like
one.
I don't want to keep reusing stuff, and by that I mean I want to. Every now and again, I want to be like, this really big thing happened, and I don't know, go all out on a episode.
you can do that.
Yeah. But we'll see.
What do you mean by reuse? What are we reusing?
I don't mean it's hard to explain, but all I'm saying is that I'm sick of being at this plateau. I feel like we're just doing the same thing.
Where we have no one listening.
Yes, pretty much.
Yeah, that sucks. I'll give you that.
I'm just happy to keep you doing it as
I'm fine with obviously it'd be good if we got an audience, but
I'm happy
fine
with just a creative outlet at the
just
moment.
going for it.
A
Yeah.
place to talk shit and hang out. But,
Exactly.
yeah, like I said, I like to start the filming again and maybe get some better editing just to kind of give it a more polish. And
Yeah.
an extra mic would be nice, and maybe a room.
What we had for.
A better room. Yeah, fucking Kyron still got
God damn it!
that.
Takes the mic and it's only on 1 episode. Oh fuck.
Wait, how many episodes has it been in? What, 2?
2
This
episodes.
year.
Jeez.
2 or 3, yeah.
Technically only 1.
Well, 2 weeks of recording. Which is
Yeah.
very different.
He's done one game show, the predictions show he's on.
Yeah.
Mm.
And then,
Which is echoey as fuck.
Yeah, sorry.
Apologies.
Mm.
Turns out technology's hard. And I
Yeah.
don't know
Also,
what
I
I'm
think
doing.
it's this room. Is
How much were
very
these mics
echoey.
again?
$79.
Yeah. Maybe.
I feel like
Yeah,
I
maybe.
might try and pick up a lapel one.
Mm. That could work.
Because the setup we've got, try and reduce the echo, get 1 mic per person plus a lapel. That way someone else can be somewhere else. And I'm thinking There's this chat for afterwards, but I think the camera might go there. And that might actually work.
It's not there yet, but I just flipped it off.
Yeah, good. Thanks, Dean, for the audio.
You're welcome.
Also, we need to get an RSS feed some point so we can put these on iTunes.
Yeah.
And Spotify and SoundCloud.
I got so close, but then they all required money. Lots of money. Like, this isn't 99 cents, and I gave up.
Yeah.
This isn't 99 cents.
We'll figure it out. We'll start making these things a little
It's
bit
like
more
we
legit.
need an adult who knows what they're doing.
We are adults.
Are we though?
Yes, we are. I am an adult. I am engaged. I have a house. I have a job. I am an adult.
Keena's like, I don't want to be an adult.
I don't know what I'm doing, but I am an adult.
That's the thing, like...
We're like beginner adults, but we're still adults. It's like when a cleric starts a game, it's like he still heals, but he does fuck all.
Yeah.
You know? But
I'm
then you
what
got
you
like
got-
the end game, and it's like they know what they're doing, and they've got it all
Yeah.
sorted.
That-
And I'm
insurance.
just
Yeah,
a few
exactly.
I'm just a few levels above you guys, so you guys this is
Yeah.
what you got to look forward to.
Yeah.
Have fun.
You're starting the PvP, and you're like...
Yeah, like I'm getting into it, but
Yeah.
then I
And
just
they're
get
just like,
owned, decimated, and yeah.
God, that just sounds like me in Destiny. That's what I've been doing.
I've got to go back and do some grinding. Ugh.
Can't grind in real life,
I know.
unfortunately.
I fucking wish, hey, that'd be
No,
cool.
that's my job. Is just grinding out.
Yeah, but
levels.
then, like, with games, like, you don't have to then, you know, pay rent and then, like, buy food and then, you know...
No, it's your potions. Like that's the stuff that you're using to keep your.
Yeah, but they're
stuff
not
alive.
nearly as expensive. And,
I
like,
know.
It's so much easier to grind in
I
a
know.
video game than it is to grind in real life.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's because it's real life and it fucking sucks.
I know. That's why we play video games.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if it was a video game based exactly on real life, would you play it?
No, fuck no.
I'd give it a go. I don't know. Like, nothing like Second Life, but I saw this one where it was like, you can either choose, like, you start and, like, you get a job. I don't actually know what Second Life is like. Apparently you can fly in it. That's the only difference from that in
DC
real life.
Universe Online?
Sure. But like, yeah, you basically, you just like, you start the game and you can like, you get a job doing whatever, whether you be like, a police officer, a fucking traffic coordinator, or whatever it be. And you can like pay rent, you can organize your house, and like, you know.
See, it's unrealistic off the bat because you just get to choose your job as opposed to working for
You don't
it
choose
for
it. Like, it's
decades.
literally like you go somewhere, you apply for the job, and if you get the job, then you get the job.
Yeah, but the
If
thing is, you
you
don't like, yeah. Okay.
And like,
You don't apply to be a police officer. You have to work for it.
well, yeah, they probably,
Just like every other
they
job.
would probably have an academy then.
Okay.
But like they try to make it as real as they can. Or you can just be a dick and like rob everybody. That's why they have police.
Right.
Like, you can just have someone like just walk up to you, beat the shit out of you, steal your money.
Is this EVE Online?
No, because that's just spreadsheets.
Which
Online.
is real life.
Yeah, I heard about
spreadsheets.
that. EVE Online is like really mathematical.
Yeah. It's all just spreadsheets and maths playing.
No, but then he said that's what real life is.
Yeah, it basically is.
Real life is not spreadsheets.
Well, when
Yeah.
you break down your life into what you're trying to do, you're trying to earn money and then like not
Get
lose
an
all of
office
it.
job and then
like,
say it's not
just
spreadsheets.
yeah, it's just my life is spreadsheets at this point.
That's your occupation. That's not your life.
Mm.
Shouldn't be your life.
When I spend 70+ hours a week doing that thing, it's
It's
basically my
majority,
life.
but it's not your full
You
life.
start
I'm
to-
saying that life itself is not
No, man, you
spreadsheets.
start to sort of break your entire life up into things that could be put into spreadsheets.
I'm gonna- yeah.
And then you do. In
I mean,
your
yeah,
head.
you apply maths to daily life, but that doesn't necessarily mean your life.
I
is
will
spreadsheets.
counter that by saying that like if you break down everything into like its base elements, everything is just a mathematical equation. So yes, life is spreadsheets because everything is based in maths and science.
I will counter that and say I just break down.
It's not a counter, but I'll accept it. I'll accept it.
Anything else you guys want to see?
I want to see
Incredibles 2
Avengers
comes
2.
out this week.
I don't care about Incredibles 2. I want to see Avengers.
Oh, is Incredibles 2 out this week?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah.
George is gonna cut my nutsack if we don't see it from
What?
Wait!
yeah.
It's just going to be like, we didn't see Incredibles. Fuck you.
Talk about literally having your balls in a vice.
Absolutely going to. There's no way I can escape.
I want to see that movie. I'm gonna go see it on the
I
weekend.
mean, I want to. It's just she really, really wants to. So if I fuck it up, if anything gets spoiled, I don't know how you spoil Incredibles 2. Like, we already know Jack's power. We know that Bob's a shit babysitting.
Well, I don't know anything about the storyline for that movie.
It looks like, from the trailer, it looks like Incredibles 1, except it's the mum that goes away this
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
So she's not,
yes.
I don't think she's accused of cheating.
Oh, she might.
That was in the first one, so.
Well, she's not doing it in secret. It's not
Oh yeah, that's true. It's like, you gotta be bringing back superheroes.
What is your hair doing?
I don't know, I just did this.
Kind of the reverse of Watchmen.
No.
The first one was Watchmen.
What is that?
Alfalfa.
What is, no, that's not alfalfa.
I don't think the people care, they can't see it.
Yeah.
Can't they?
It's kind of creepy.
You look like a really weird Sunset Overdrive character.
So a Sunset Overdrive character.
Hey? Yeah.
So it's like, really weird
I guess,
isn't really
yeah.
something you need to put in front of that.
Well, when I say weird Sunset Overdrive character, I just mean like
The bad ones.
abnormally dressed Sunset Overdrive character, but with a weird hairdo
What have you been into
of a
this week,
Sunset
guys?
Overdrive character.
My eyes been twitching all week.
Yeah, that's not good. You get
Yeah.
that looked at.
Yeah.
Mine used to do that. I just left it. I don't recommend it, but
Now I have cataracts.
it works for me. So
I just left it. Now I'm legally blind.
my vision is fine. I have 20/20. Okay. Am I 40?
2020, am I 40?
I feel that's how
Talk about maths being all life is.
Yeah, pretty much.
I feel that's how 40-year-olds are. Just like, I had 20
40?
And then that's how
Wait, all
midlife
life-
crisis starts.
All life is you start at 0 and add 1.
Oh god.
Whoa, that's so deep, man.
Yeah.
What is this amalgam existential crisis?
Hey guys, it's been 1 year and we still have 3 views. Got him.
We talk about how it's been like for a year, then we go into existential crisis.
Yep. This is why we shouldn't have done an anniversary thing.
What have we been up to?
The show
Who wants to
is
go
just
first?
spreadsheets. I was gonna ask, who are you asking?
Whoever wants to go first.
Ooh.
I'll go first.
I was gonna say no
I've been
volunteers.
going first in a while. I've just been telling everybody
Keena,
else
it's
to go
been like
first.
a week, alright? He hasn't
Yeah.
gone first.
I didn't go first last week.
No,
Yeah.
I mean, like you didn't go first last week. I'm pretty sure you went the week before that.
No, I've been telling everybody else to go first for like since we started.
Anyway, just go.
This is why you never first.
Every fucking week. Every fucking week. There's like a 4-minute diatribe on how the first gets decided, or who picks to go first.
Should we just have like
Instead
a...
of just fucking going,
You know,
talk about it for 8 minutes.
It's called structure.
You know what we should
This
do?
is why we need spreadsheets.
No, we don't need spreadsheets. We need... What's that thing on the internet where it like randomly picks an option?
A dice.
No.
A coin.
No.
A
There's
wheel.
4 of us. How do we do a coin?
Flip it twice.
Yeah.
It's not quite how...
Scissors,
So
paper,
what?
rock.
Each combination?
You'd flip it 3 times. You pair up 2 people, flip a coin, pick heads or tails.
No.
If you lose, then you flip
If
the...
you flip it twice, then whatever combination equals you. So like if it's tails, then heads,
Oh
then
my
it's
God.
you. If it's
Nathaniel,
heads
what are
and
you
tails,
up
then it's
to?
me. If it's 2 heads, then it's
You know,
him. If it's 2 tails, then it's him.
Right, whatever.
I've been playing
That's how we do it.
Fighters
But then
some more.
Kyron joins and it fucks the whole thing.
I've been playing Fighters
Three
some more.
Yeah?
points.
Yeah, it's been pretty good.
Sorry, I keep killing you.
That's true. Every time Keena comes over, he emasculates me.
In the game, not just...
No, in general.
He catches my
Yeah.
nuts, as Dean would put it.
just little
I
slice.
been drugging my cat.
Paper cut. Yeah, man, that cat's fucked up.
Probably, probably shouldn't admit to that, but yeah, go.
It's catnip. It's perfectly fine.
We go to work
Maybe
every
you should
day.
have some.
No, it's
Been
fine.
going to work every day, been not going to work when I come home. I've been going to the gym, that's been fun. The best thing that I've done all week, like the most noteworthy thing is, we sat down and watched Torchwood, and when I say we sat down, I mean, I've watched a few episodes and Nina binge watched the entire thing while I was at work.
Yep.
And what I noticed throughout all of Torchwood was it was really, really good up until the Americans bought it. Then it was really,
Yeah.
really bad.
Yeah, Torchwood
Like-
is really fascinating until the last season,
Yeah.
I think it is.
So they completely changed Jack's character.
Ew.
They so throughout Torchwood, Jack's like this. I know he's like the Doctor. He knows what's going on and he can control things to an extent. And he's like he has control of the situation. But in the last season where the Americans run it, it's like he doesn't know anything. He has no idea what the fuck's going on. and he's like, everything's out. It's just not him. He doesn't know what the fuck's going on.
That's nuts.
And
It's because Americans like television shows where the lead character is like has to solve it rather than already knows it because they want to feel smart instead of the.
That's the thing I learnt with I did a TV course, and they like something I didn't really notice that there is a difference between police shows and detective shows.
Yeah.
And Doctor Who towards kind of detective shows, whereas a lot of American TV is police shows. Whereas even like Arrow and stuff is like, how do we solve it? I don't know. Whereas like Sherlock and Detective, Doctor, it's just like, I know what's going on. I'm a sandwich. And continue.
That's more accurate. Not. A lot of the time they will say some random shit like, I'm a sandwich. But no, I think the thing that I didn't like about the last season the most would have to be the fact that the whole season was literally based around this one thing, whereas in previous seasons, like, every episode has its own thing. They all have something to do with what happens at the end of the season. Yeah. Like every good TV show will have.
Separate stories with an overarching theme.
Yeah. But in the last one, it's just like, this whole thing's about this, but in every episode, none of them matched up, and every episode was like, what the fuck is going on? Yeah. And then right at the end, you think things are going to tie together, but they don't. The end of it, they could have ended it really interestingly and been like, way back at the start of the season, what's-his-face got a blood transfusion, which made him have Jack's blood. And that actually happened, and they could have said that, but instead they're like, in the 10 minutes before this moment, I injected myself with Jack's blood so that I could do this. It was really fucking dumb. Yeah. But, what can you do?
What can you do? That show was cancelled.
Yeah, it got cancelled because of that.
Oh, man.
But oh well.
What have you been up to?
Played some Legends.
What kind of Legends?
Dragon Ball Legends.
I thought it was Elder Scrolls Legends.
No, not Legends of no.
Legends of Tomorrow.
Legends of Tomorrow. No, I played Dragon Ball Legends.
It's a game, isn't it?
It's I finished the story.
You all caught up?
Yeah, I'm all caught up.
There's a new set of story that came out today.
Oh, okay, then I'm not caught up. Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, I
have to do that. Well, I was gonna play it today, and then I was like, well, there's no point because I'm caught up with the story, and like I'm kind of done with leveling up my characters. So. I'll get back into it then.
It actually gets interesting now.
I feel like my characters are gonna be really overpowered though, compared to what it was.
If you're only doing the story, yeah.
Like for the story, because when it ended, I think I was like, things were at like 250, and now everything's 600. Like all my characters are 600, and I'm just like, feel like I'm over-prepared.
Now I'm going back and like training other characters to like.
I started doing that.
Yeah,
but only for the ones that are like EX, like Extreme or Sparking.
Yeah.
I had to swap out my Goku because he was an Extreme character, but then I got a new one that was Sparking that uses Super Spirit Bomb.
Yeah.
That was fun. I played a bit of that. That's going alright. I got better at PvP in it, which is fun.
I was getting good at PvP, and then they started giving me really hard people, and I keep getting matched up with Japanese people. So
they're not all difficult. But yeah. I like the ones that I get matched up with that are really weak, and I just put one character in because I'm a cocky asshole. I'll be like 3 characters that are like 150 each, and I'll chuck my 600 in, and I'll be like, good luck.
I keep getting matched up with like, level 700 PvP people. So I'm like, fuck.
I fought a 900, like level 900 Super Saiyan Goku, and I quit. I was like, I can't do that. I'm sorry. I quit. That happened. My girlfriend met my parent.
Ooh.
Well, she'd already met my stepmom, but she met my dad for the first time. And then today, my dad was on the phone to my sister, who her claim to fame has always been that she's the favourite child. Okay. And my dad told her that she's not the favourite child anymore, and that my girlfriend is now his favourite child. So not me, my girlfriend.
Why?
Because she's amazing. apparently.
And then she continued. He went
And
and
he
got
like
some red cordial.
you guys. I've spoken about my dad on this channel before. You know that he's like somewhat emotionally detached, and he hugged her at the end of dinner. Like we were parting ways, and he hugged her, and then he walked up to me and shook my hand. And I was like, "What? I don't get a hug?" And then we did like the shake hands hug thing, but still, it was just like, "What the fuck?"
Welcome to Amalgam.
My
Deep, depressing, dark.
my girlfriend is more loved by my parents than
Yeah.
me.
Jesus Christ.
Um,
First we start with existential crisis.
Yeah.
Then we move on to daddy
Dads are
issues.
just spreadsheets.
Jesus.
I'm gonna start calling her daddy because I have so many issues.
Oh, man.
Isn't that why they do it? 'Cause they have daddy
Please.
issues?
Not
So they call them
always.
daddy?
Jesus H.
Sometimes it's just because they want to feel appreciated.
Or that, yeah. She kind of appreciates me. What else? I started going back to the gym, thank Christ, because it's been like a month since I have. Yeah. It's useless.
Going on 3 years.
And I'm
I'm going on 22.
and I started a bit of a diet, so I mean I walked in with KFC.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, is it strictly chicken diet? Or?
Well, there's no takeaway for like chicken and salad places, so you know. And I had to come straight here. I have stuff
you
at
get
home.
Macca's and
Yeah,
get like
Macca's,
the
this was-
Yeah.
chicken and...
You can get like a Caesar salad. Or...
Come on, I don't want to be judged by them. They don't.
They don't judge for shit.
Oh, I worked at Macca's, and anyone that got a fucking salad from there, I judged the shit out of.
Well, that's you.
That's you. You're a cunt.
Yeah. What, you think they're good people that work there? That's why they work at Macca's. It's
There
like,
are good people that work at Macca's. There are people who work at Macca's who can't get another job, and that's fine.
Yeah, that's fine, but they're not gonna not judge me from getting a salad from
What
Macca's.
is wrong with getting a salad from Macca's?
It's like going to a hooker
You-
for a hug. Doesn't make sense.
Yeah, but
That's the
the
sense.
difference being, alright.
I did not see that sentence coming.
Yeah.
I
difference
must admit,
being-
I didn't come up with that.
No, yeah, I know. I've heard that
Yeah,
before as
yeah.
well.
I've never heard of this.
But like the difference being is that like you just said, like there's nowhere else open. So if you need a salad at this night, you don't have the stuff at home. You can go get that.
Well, you go to the servo and get some new foods.
Like you can get a hug. You can get a
Shit,
hug from
salad.
anyone. You can only get the salad at this time of night from Macca's.
I
Where
mean,
else are you gonna go?
I have a salad at home. It's just I had to come here.
Again,
you
same
work
thing.
at Aldi. Why didn't you just buy something before you left?
I forgot we made salads. I thought about it before we closed. I was like, do
So
I
you're
need to buy
not
anything?
you're not paying a hooker for a hug because you.
I didn't go to a hooker.
Because you
I went to
need-
KFC.
You went
Because
to
you need to.
metaphor. I'm on board.
Yeah, keep the
No, we're not
metaphor.
actually using hookers though.
It's a metaphor.
You had to
I'm
go
saying-
hug a hooker because you didn't think to grab one from your girlfriend before you went home.
Did you have to hug a hooker because your dad didn't hug you? Is that how this works?
Please love me like my dad doesn't. I didn't mean that. Just drink some red cordial and you'll be fine.
It's green actually, but you could try.
Jesus.
This week on Amalgam, Dean's dad doesn't love him. I mean, fuck me, am I right? Classic stitch up.
It's all spreadsheets.
Anyway, I'm trying to be healthier in my life and happier. So that's going okay so far.
We've got the real blind.
Rethinking some options. You know.
Coming off to this.
Yeah, choice of friends maybe at the top of that
I
list.
thought about it. I was like, oh, I'm so fucking tired today. Like, I nearly fell asleep before I was meant to go to work. I was like, I'm so tired. Like, maybe I can just skip this one. I was like, no, I've skipped enough this year. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna have a good time. And
You're not having a good
and
time.
here I fucking am, sorting this shit. Just came out of nowhere. Hey, your dad doesn't love you. Fucking pay a hooker to hug
Hey,
you.
hey, to be fair,
How about that?
you brought up the daddy issues.
I just said that I started a diet, but yes, I also bought some KFC tonight. But that's gonna be like one of my last cheat meals. And you guys are like, fucking, you guys, oh, your dad.
You brought up the dad. You brought it up.
I never said anything nothing about my dad.
Yes, you did.
Your
You
girlfriend
fucking. You did this last
loves your
time
dad
you were on the
more than
podcast.
That was before I started talking about my diet. And then
Exactly.
Nathaniel said that a hooker was
You
gonna
can't-
love me more than my dad.
You
Sorry to
can't-
all those wearing earphones.
You can't erase the last. You said it at one point. It was brought up again. You did this last time. You're like, I didn't say that. Like I listened to the podcast back. And 2 sentences before, you said the exact thing. Where you're like, I didn't say that. It's like you fucking. What are you, Donald Trump? It's like I didn't say it. Like what the fuck?
It's fake news, alright? Covfefe, alright?
I just. Oh, God.
No, covfefe.
Head.
I did bring up daddy issues, that is correct. However, that has nothing to do with my dieting, that was on Nathaniel.
Wait, is that you're dieting because of Nathaniel?
No!
Okay.
The daddy issues were brought up during my dieting sequence because of Nathaniel.
What did I say?
You said a hooker loved me more than my dad! I'm paraphrasing. But yes. That is what happened.
Okay, I love you.
Oh, great. This is where you tell us you're a hooker.
Good, buy you
You're a
some
hooker
salad.
part-time.
I'll get judged for you.
Anyway, so that happened.
What else to say?
I bought a desk for my room.
Good.
Um,
Good. Yeah, that's
yeah.
real. It's real.
And
yeah.
a computer chair.
Ooh, you're nearly there to get a computer.
Oh, baby steps.
Big steps.
No, well, it's mainly just for my gaming setup for like Xbox and then a Switch when I get it, and a PlayStation, which I'll probably try to get before a Switch, but I don't know. Because when is... It's August that it comes out, or is it November?
What's that?
Let's go.
Let's go. November.
November. Yeah. So,
They'll probably Smash before that.
My mouth hurts from laughing so much.
Smash!
Yeah, Smash this year. Probably September.
Oh, that's right, I forgot that.
We'll find out in a couple of days. Actually,
Yeah.
by the time this is out, we'll probably know the release date.
Yeah. I mean, worst case
It's-
scenario, I'll just use my tax refund money to get a Switch if I
Nice.
haven't already got it. But yeah, so it'll be good to have like a little setup. And
Yeah.
then get like a proper TV, which would be good. And yeah, I'll just be a lazy piece of shit in my room playing video games.
I had that kind of set up for a while with like just a game, like just a computer desk with like like a decent, really good monitor with like all my consoles set around me and just like huddling. It's the best setup.
Yeah.
Like I like having my big TV, but it's something nice about like being this close to it and being like, yeah.
Just seeing shit happen. It's
Yeah.
like, ooh.
I
Yeah.
can see.
Yeah.
I don't need to read.
But I think I want to get.
On.
I think I want to get a PlayStation first, just so I can play God of War and Horizon.
Yeah, that's a good option. Like you really can't go wrong going either way. Like, if you went Switch first, I wouldn't be like, oh, you good, please. Like either way, you're getting some really good shit.
Look, I'm getting them both this year.
Yeah,
It's just
yeah.
I don't know which one to go for first.
You know what I'm really excited about getting a Switch? There's
Mm.
actually games on it that I'm like, fuck yeah.
Oh, there's so many. Like the Switch actually has like had a really good launch year.
What?
See,
Oh, there's so much good stuff.
what am I
What?
looking for?
Mm.
Fucking name a game, dude. Like
Breath of
they've
the
got,
Wild, Mario Odyssey.
yeah.
Yeah, Mario Kart,
Mario-
Splatoon
oh, yeah.
2, Arms is pretty fun.
They're
Oh,
all
the boxing
so
one?
good.
Yeah,
the-
yeah, the
yeah,
fighting game
that's
that's
right.
like that.
I remember when I bought my Xbox One, I was like, I want an Xbox One because Dean's got an Xbox One and Kyron got an Xbox One. We're gonna play Xenoverse 2 together, and we tried that. And we're like, we all have very bad internet.
It never worked.
Oh,
Then we
Jesus.
found out, Cara and I found out that we could fight each other on different TVs in the same house, and it was lag free.
Mhm.
Bandwidth.
Use the router. Use
That
router.
was the
Use
router.
your Wi-Fi.
Every router is basically like a mini server.
It's LAN, but
It's- yeah.
wireless LAN essentially.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. So if you have,
The lips look like an anus.
I know you make it. You sound really proud about that. I know I made my mouth look like a bum hole. It's a skill I've
We're
taken
going into
years to
Keena's
perfect.
issues next. Yours.
I've been practicing.
Go to a hooker, you asshole. So yeah, no, I did that. What else? No, that's it.
Shannon.
I haven't
Holy-
continued Assassin's Creed.
Good.
Oh. Yeah, my week was pretty boring. I kept playing Final Fantasy 12. did the weird thing where I told Keena about this, but like I missed a thing in my playthrough.
Oh, you missed the super weapon that you could get?
Yeah, so I was early enough in that I just restarted the game and skipped the cutscenes and got back to the part I was at. So that's, basically zero progress, but I got a crazy weapon, which they programmed into the game, which was super weird. It's a weapon you're not supposed to get, but when you get it, it's invisible. So you can't tell your characters are holding it. They just fire a thing and it does like stupid damage. It's the highest, like it's the most powerful weapon in the game, and you're not supposed to have it, but it's like a Easter egg they left in the game.
So what's the chance of getting that?
1 in 10,000.
And you've got it, or you don't got it?
I've got it.
He's got it.
I've got one. Yeah.
He did that little glitch.
Yeah.
I talked about the glitch, but
I went back and did a couple of different ones and got that specific one, so I'm going to go back and do a couple of others, but that's handy because towards the end of the game when you're doing end game stuff, it's just better to have a high stat weapon. So that one's going to be fun. So I'll play more of that this week as I get time. But the one thing that I did that was actually kind of interesting for me. We went on Netflix and me and my fiance watched Gods of Egypt.
I saw that was on there.
It's on Netflix now. I love mythology. Like I love gods and Roman gods, Greek gods, monsters, all that kind of stuff. And I remember when Gods of Egypt first came out, I was actually super interested in it. Like I was like, oh, this thing looks awesome. Because the Egyptian gods is actually one of the things I really love, but no one's ever really done it. It's kind of one of those mythologies isn't touched very much. So I watched that movie. It's kind of hot trash. Like, the acting in it's real bad. The script is atrocious. The CG is garbage. It's so bad. But there's enough sort of cool stuff with the mythology of Egypt. And the story hooked both me and my fiance enough. Like, because we were like 15 minutes in, we're like, fuck this movie. And then suddenly the movie was over and we're like, could have been worse. Like, I don't know how I feel about the movie. It wasn't bad.
I haven't seen the movie, and this may be spoilers, but aren't there like basically like Egyptian mechs or like just giant kaiju?
No.
Giant kaiju.
This is a Pacific Rim.
No.
Big monsters.
So they have this weird conceit, which I thought it's a cool visual, where essentially they have the gods are like human-looking beings that are... Okay, this is a bad visual. They're bigger than normal humans. Like, a regular human's like 5, 6
like
foot.
Avatar people, but normal?
Avatar? No. More taller than that. Like, these guys are like 10 foot tall.
Oh, wow.
So
10 feet.
10 foot tall and bulletproof.
Yeah, so the problem is that they're big enough that it makes everything weird, and the filming's not great. So, you know how in Lord of the Rings they do that... perspective trick?
For the hobbits.
Yeah, to make them look shorter. You can tell they're doing the same thing in this movie, but you can tell. You're like, oh, that person is 8 miles away from that character. I can absolutely guarantee it. And then in the other scenes where they're not doing that, they're just doing CG, and it just looks like it just looks so bad. Like, you can just tell that the characters playing the gods are just nowhere in... Like, they're not in that scene. You can tell. And then there's just just general bad CG, like when they're falling, or there's one of those shots where like one of them's riding a horse and cart, and it's like straight out of a television show where like nothing behind them is moving, but they're like moving towards it. You're like, that's a green screen, like I can tell. Oh, it's so bad, and everything else is big budget. But they do this thing where the gods are bigger than normal humans. They look like humans. They each have. The main gods have, like, their special thing, like, what they do. So, like, they've got the god of wisdom, and so he's...
What's he do?
Thinks a lot. He's actually... the god of wisdom is played by the guy who plays Black Panther.
Ah.
Really?
Yeah, it is. Took me a second to realise it, because he's...
Chadwick Boseman.
Yes, that's the one. It took me a second to realise it, because he's very different in this film, but, he's alright.
Does he still have an accent?
No, he has a different accent.
Yeah.
He uses, like, a sort of highfalutin, very foppish kind of accent. Like, yes, I understand exactly what you're saying, kind of thing. It's a bit weird. It doesn't quite work. Also, like, everyone's accent is different. Like, all the gods, like, they're a combination of American, British, Australian...
American, British, that's all you know.
Yeah, it's all over the place. Like, I can see what they were going for with maybe, like, the gods are so otherworldly that all of them have different accents and that kind of stuff.
They're all from Egypt.
But it still doesn't work. Because, again, yeah, the main characters are white people, and it's great. But, yeah, the conceit that they have is that the gods are bigger, and their blood is gold.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, it's actually a cool visual. So when someone gets hit and punched in the face, and you usually get that dribble of blood, it's a dribble of gold. And there's a part where someone gets, like, stabbed and, like, fucked up, and there's, like, gold pooling around them instead. And it's kind of a cool visual, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. But they each have their special thing. So, like, the God of Wisdom, it's his brain. And as long as they have possession of the item that gives them their special strength, they have, like, a transformation. So Horus, who's the main character, played by I can't remember, Nikolai, blah, 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 blah. It's the guy who plays Jaime Lannister. Yeah. His is that Horus's vision is incredible, the eyes of Horus. And so he transforms into this, like, metal bird thing, because Horus is an eagle god. And so, yeah, he can transform, and it's like, it's kind of cool, because it's like Japanese mech, like,
yeah, I think that's what
and, like, the wings expand. You're like, this looks cool, but... And then there's a kind of the brutal scene at the start where Set removes his eyes, and...
Honestly, this sounds like it'd be a really good anime, like an actual
it would be.
anime.
Yeah.
But I've seen the visuals for this, I'm like, this is a horrible movie. You can't fit this into 2.5 hours.
You can't, because it definitely skips and chops and changes, and the writing's horrible.
Yeah.
Like, it's a lot of very, like, I know he's not a good god, but I think he can change. Like, and there's no nuance to it, it's just all the characters say exactly what they mean. And it's like, ugh. And the main character is a piece of shit, and I fucking hate him. He's the kid... Did either of you see the most recent Pirates of the Caribbean movie?
Yeah. The Australian guy?
No, he's the guy, the main character, the one who plays Will Turner's son. It's that actor again.
He's Australian.
Is he Australian?
Yeah.
Oh, he sucks shit.
Yeah.
I fucking hate him.
Well, he's going to be Dick Grayson in the Titans TV show.
Well, I hope he gets fucking better, because he's bad in Pirates of the Caribbean, and he's bad in this too. Like, he's just... I don't know what it is, but he
just... He's bad scripts.
He sounds like a person, like, trying to act, and it's really bad. Really bad in this one too. And yeah, but again, I think it was just the mythology thing of, like, they did do some cool visual things of, like, so the main villain Set is, like, trying to steal the other god's powers. So he steals the wings from the god of fertility.
Does he just fuck everyone after that?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, then he steals Horus's eyes. He steals the brain from the God of Wisdom, and then he goes...
God of War game.
Kind of, yeah, and he goes up into the sky to actually kill Ra, or try to, and take his spear.
Who was Ra?
Jeffrey Rush. Yeah, I know, right? You're like, wait a second, what's this great actor?
Jeffrey Rush, he played Barbossa in...
Oh god, what?
Yeah, you're like, what's this great actor doing in this fucking shithouse film? But yeah, no, he's up there. He does great too. His performance is fantastic because
he's the only one.
Because he's Jeffrey fucking Rush and he makes everything good. But like, it's really, there are some interesting things. Like the thing that they do with Ra is that he made the Earth and he just kind of...
Isn't he just the god of the sun?
Yeah, they dabble with some of the extra stuff. Like they expand it a little bit, so they make it Ra because he's like the king of the gods in Egyptian mythology.
I remember I played him in Smite.
Oh yeah.
In what?
Smite.
It's like a MOBA, but third person.
Yeah. And MOBAs always pull from every mythology to make
yeah,
their
like
characters.
legit.
I know what you're talking about. It's just a third person MOBA. Just no.
There was a lot of games that tried to do that.
Yeah.
There's like 3 or 4.
It works for Smite.
Yeah.
It's just like a bunch of gods fighting each other.
Yeah. It's fun.
Age of Mythology.
No, it's Smite.
Yeah.
It's free.
You got Ra, Thor,
yeah.
the Leviathan.
Yeah, like Bacchus and all that kind of
Gyarados.
stuff. Yeah.
My favourite Bacchus.
Isn't Cupid in it?
Yeah, probably.
Yes.
But yeah,
What's the god that drinks a lot?
Bacchus.
Bacchus.
They use Bacchus usually, or Dionysus. Yeah. But yeah, they make Ra the guy who, like, the god who created the earth, and he kind of says this thing of, like, I created the earth and then I set it in motion, and then that's it. And all he does is defend the sun from the worm that tries to eat it. like he does in mythology.
Ah.
Because in mythology, he rides a chariot to kill a giant thing that tries to eat the sun every night, and if he doesn't, then it will eat the sun and end the world. And that visually is actually okay. It's like the one CG thing that's visually okay in that movie.
Sounds tiring. Having to fight a giant worm.
Yeah, they kind of play on that too.
Why is it a worm?
It's Egyptian
Oh,
mythology.
birds. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fine. Continue.
Yeah, he's well, they call it the worm, but I think it's more like it's worm in the sense of like WYRM, like it's just a giant serpent thingy.
Yeah.
It's like essentially they kind of depict it as a black hole with teeth.
Ah.
Yeah.
So it's a fox villain?
I don't know.
It's a fox villain. Beautiful.
I can
Like Galactus and Parallax?
kind of, yeah. Like it's just this giant thing that's like
Parallax.
it's just this giant fucking thing in space trying to eat the sun. Like it's got to be big enough to eat the sun, so that's what it is.
You just...
Oh man, I didn't make the movie. I'm not here to
I know,
explain this shit.
It's
Like,
dumb.
fucking-
That's why this is dumb.
But the thing is, like, okay, so like I said, this movie is bad. But it's like those. It's a trash movie that I actually enjoyed.
Okay.
Like it was so.
Just because it's a bad movie doesn't mean it's a bad movie.
It's because it's a bad movie doesn't mean it's a bad experience.
Yeah.
Someone watched Wreck-It Ralph.
What?
Just because you're a bad guy doesn't mean you're a bad guy.
Yeah. No, but it's like it was almost it hit the point of being so bad it was good. Like it was fun to kind of watch it and just go on this ride.
So it's a good thought. They just executed it poorly.
Oh yeah, in like every sense.
Okay.
Like I got the feeling that they had this great idea for a film, and the person who greenlit it just didn't give them enough money. They're like, oh yeah, this is great. You can make it with like $200,000, right? And the director went, and threw something together, and this is what we got. And I'm like, man, in another world, this movie would have been fucking incredible.
Sounds
Because,
like a Clash of the Titans sequel.
Yes, it very much feels similar to Clash of the Titans, and I enjoyed Clash of the Titans as well.
I like Clash.
Because it's the same thing. It's like just a romp through mythology.
Yeah.
I even liked Wrath of the Titans, even though that was worse.
Wrath of the Titans was weird for me because he has like Sam Worthington has like an American accent in the first movie, and he just has this Australian accent, and it's like,
Oh,
oh,
it's 'cause
my,
he
this
gave
is
up.
weird.
He gave up.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they tried to give him an accent to fit the Greek mythology in the first one.
Yeah.
While they were filming, and partway through that filming, they told him to stop.
Yeah.
And then the second one, he just gave up, and like from this point on, I don't remember the last thing Sam Worthington was in. But
What was that movie? Oh, he's been in a couple of Australian
I
things,
think
but-
he'll be doing the new Avatar stuff because I think he's signed on for those.
Yeah.
But he doesn't do accents anymore. Basically, they just don't want him to because it doesn't work. He's bad at accents.
Yeah, I'm sure you figured that out years ago.
Yep. But no, that was fun. Like, put on this movie sort of semi late at night and stayed up like late enough to watch the whole thing. It was like, oh, that was worth it.
Question mark?
Yeah, one of those weird ones. But Gods of Egypt on Netflix. See it? I don't know.
Nah,
Yeah, that was my week.
I'll watch. What else was on Netflix that I saw?
Tokyo Ghoul.
I don't know. Mad Max.
Is that on Netflix now?
Yeah, I started watching it. And
What
then
is-
I
what-
I know it's on Anime Lab as well.
Yeah, I know, but I
What
don't
is it,
go
sorry?
on email. Tokyo Ghoul.
Oh, Tokyo Ghoul.
I was going through Netflix and I saw that it was on. I was like, I haven't actually watched it.
It's a
And I
good
started.
show.
Well, I got up to the part where he was in hospital and he just wouldn't eat normal food. And then I think I fell asleep.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah.
It's a good show.
I've watched the first episode like 3 times.
Go,
I
watch
keep-
the second one.
I keep on trying.
Watch it.
Yeah,
Watch the
I keep
second
trying to continue on, and then I keep on getting interrupted by something. Last time I got interrupted, it was Vanessa came to my house and was like, "That show sounds like you're watching porn." Because
What was
it
this?
Japanese.
Yeah, it was in Japanese.
Tokyo Ghoul.
Tokyo.
Oh, right, yeah.
And it was just like, I think the female girl was just being really, really sexual.
Oh, like when she like bites him.
Oh no, I think it was like a dream sequence. Like after she bites him and all that stuff happens. And
It does get weird and sexual.
yeah. It was like a dream sequence where she's in his head.
Oh, because he's got her organs.
Yeah. But basically, she was like, and like moaning a lot, and then Vanessa's like, that sounds like sex.
I just love the run through. There's like a short video that explains Tokyo Ghoul, and it's like, oh my god, I was in an accident. Oh my god, so we used all of these organs from the other person that was in the accident to save you because that's totally legal.
Yeah, it's a little fucked up.
It's a weird conceit, but once you get over that, you're like, yeah, whatever, let's go.
Yeah.
And then you're just like, all they can drink is coffee? That's
Yeah.
fine, I guess.
Yeah.
So It's my life already.
What about you, Keena? What was your stuff this week?
So I also played Dragon Ball.
Dragon Age.
No,
It's
I don't
crazy.
know what
Dragon Age Legends.
that could be.
E3.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the new story comes out. It actually gets interesting.
Oh, it was pretty interesting before.
I didn't care.
Yeah, but like it like right at the end when they were like, someone's kidnapped
Don't
Supreme
tell me,
Card.
I still want to play it.
Well, fucking play it.
Is this a free-to-play game?
Yeah.
Okay.
I never have time to play it.
You can only
It takes like 20 minutes. Like,
It literally takes some time.
well, once you get past the tutorial, which you just you will fly past it.
Okay.
Yeah, I actually missed the part where they kidnapped Supreme Kai because I was skipping the shit. We were like, this is so boring. And then,
He hasn't got up to that.
see, neither have I because I don't remember. I didn't even know that happened until you said it. And then it gets interesting. You get to finally learn about Charlotte's backstory.
I don't like that there's a random fight with Pan, but it doesn't explain as to how that encounter went.
Yeah.
It's just like one of those extra fights where
Yeah.
it's like,
There's
hey, you have to fight these people, and it didn't have any cutscene whatsoever, and Pan just happened to be in
Do they force GT in there?
I mean, Pan's in there.
Yeah.
She's the only GT character I've seen.
Yeah. It's just like,
I think she's the only available
Because
one.
I've noticed with things lately, they don't really want GT in there, but they still just sort of chuck it in for Super Saiyan 4.
She's the only character I don't have, actually.
I have Pan, she's not good.
I have 29.
No shit. Anyway.
And 29 out of 30 characters.
She's a sparking character, which is like the highest level, like
Yeah.
highest rank thing, and she's
Highest
good.
rarity.
Right.
Not Twilight Sparkle.
No, Rarity, not Twilight Sparkle.
Not Twilight Sparkle.
So yeah, it actually gets interesting.
Pony.
I also got a new controller. I'm real happy about that.
It's amazing.
They are super cheap now.
$50.
Auto?
Not much more.
PlayStation controllers.
How much are they?
Depending on where you go, anywhere between $50 and $60.
And how much were they usually?
90 or 100.
What the fuck? Why?
Because they're Sony controllers, and fuck you, buy it.
I mean, Xbox controllers are like $50 each.
No, they're not.
Mine are.
Well, where do you buy the Microsoft ones?
From EB, yeah.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
I worked for EB for
I
3
bought
years
them.
in store. They are
When did you buy
$89.95 at a regular time, not on sale. They are $77 on sale. The third-party ones may drop to $50, but I have worked for EB for 4 years now.
I've got the winter camo one, and it only cost me $50. Oh wait, maybe it didn't.
It would have cost you $77. That was the lowest they got.
I feel like
They're on sale now for $77. I can fucking show you.
Well, I do need another controller. So maybe
I haggled mine to 79 from 89.
I thought you meant from 77. I was like, you're really bad at that.
Also, dude, you didn't haggle shit.
Yeah. No, they were 89.
Yeah, I know,
on
but
the price tag.
all they did was price match it to a place that's near.
Still got it for cheaper than I would.
Yeah, I know, but like most stores will have the other retailers that have the same thing in stock in their mind, or at least in their thing. And so if someone's being a bit more like, no, I don't think it's a bit much for recommended retail on the thing, they'll maybe be like, oh, we can do it for this, and they'll just price match it.
I only asked because I only had like $10 difference to be able to get Xenoverse as well.
Nice.
So I was
Yeah.
like, please.
But no, there's some super good deals on at the moment, like all over across, because both Xbox and PlayStation are doing their own sales through their like digital stores as part of the E3 stuff. So like for the next week, they're doing crazy deals on their digital stores.
Man, I wish I had internet.
And because of that, they're translating those deals into retail stores as well. So everything's super cheap. Like PlayStation Plus is 25% off for a full year at the moment.
Wow.
Xbox is doing 3 months free gold with 3 months purchase. So if you buy like a 3 month gold, you get 6 months.
Okay.
Yeah, there's plenty of stuff happening.
Why they're doing that?
Because it's E3. They want you hyped. They want you buying stuff and getting ready to play the games that they are going to release in the next 3 or 4 months.
When is Anthem announced for?
It's
Next year?
When? Yeah, next year.
2019. As per our predictions last week, I think we'll get a release date today or tomorrow morning.
Okay.
I think we will.
Because they're dropping a new trailer soon, aren't they? Or have they already?
No, that'll be at the E3. They've said like we're talking a lot about Anthem at E3, so their press
I'm kind
conference
of
is
worried about how that's going to go.
4 o'clock this
Anthem
morning.
or
Anthem. Because I remember when I first saw it, I'm like, oh, that looks pretty cool, and then they're like, oh, it doesn't come out till 2019. I'm like, I don't know.
Here's my problem with it. It's EA with a game that is like Destiny.
Yeah.
The only saving grace is they got fucked on the Star Wars Battlefront 2 stuff last year.
And they pulled their head in?
Hopefully they pulled their head in, because otherwise that thing is going to be microtransaction to the shit.
Well, the fact that you get different suits, it'll be like, oh my god, this suit costs like 2 million, whatever the currency is.
Yeah.
Or 300 crystals.
Yeah,
and it's
which is like $4.99.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, no thank you.
Yeah, so that's what I'm worried about, but I'm hoping they pull their head in. And
I want the one where he was floating and shooting electricity, that's all I want.
I like the idea. There was that like bulky one that was like,
the big like brute one.
Yeah,
where
where
he's
like
running through everything.
He's like running through everything, and then there's a point in one of the trailers where he like stops, takes like a wide stance, and like things drop out of his feet and like anchor him to the ground.
Oh yeah, they're like fucking...
Yeah, like anchors him to the ground, then he pulls out this big fucking cannon, just fucking decimate. Oh man. I always play tank, so...
It's going to be the best Iron Man game.
Yeah. Yeah, like the flying and shit.
Yeah,
like,
that was
looks
cool.
so cool.
Well, it just looked like it's such a dystopian world, and
Yeah.
then it was just like, and now you're gonna fucking free fall into this world.
Yeah,
And it was
and just
like,
go.
oh!
Like, if they pull that off, it's gonna be amazing.
Expect an Anthem Battle Royale if they can get the free fall.
I wouldn't be
Yeah.
too bad with that.
Apologies for interrupting, but I'm just not feeling what I might need to put over. I'm sorry.
Technical difficulties.
Yeah.
With people.
Yeah.
Anatomical difficulties.
So I got a new controller. I've also been playing XCOM 2. Finally. It was free on PS Plus.
Well done.
I love it, but it's really hard. I'm playing on the easiest difficulty and it's really hard.
Yeah. You should just get a Switch.
What's that got to do with
And
it?
play the Mario one. Mario
Oh.
XCOM.
Yeah, Mario and Rabbids.
Yeah, I feel that would get really hard at the end.
It does get really hard at the end, but it's actually really good. Like, because it means you get to play more of it. And it's fun. It's Mario and it's happy.
Is it?
It's really funny. Like, it's actually really good.
Oh.
The
Isn't he
writing's-
just pissed off at the rabbits the whole time?
He's kind of, yeah. Like, he spends the whole game, like... He doesn't explicitly, but you can... The way they animate him, you can see him being like... Haha, fuck. So we just...
It's like, god damn it, Ubisoft.
Yeah,
The whole time he's like, I should have just stayed with Nintendo.
Yeah, yeah. And there's a boss that is an opera singer, and the entire boss battle they are singing a song which is a parody of Mario games. Like, it talks about like the fact that he's Italian but was made in Japan in the song, and like it's this weird fucking song, and it's basically a full opera song where they take a dig at Mario and the whole thing, and it's actually really good. Yeah, that whole game is great. It's really, really good.
Jesus Christ.
So is XCOM 2. Do you guys know what XCOM is?
Yeah.
Kinda.
It's kind of like...
Alien Invasion. This one takes 30 years after the last one.
Mm-hmm.
The first mission is to rescue you, which is very weird.
I liked the idea with XCOM 2 because the first XCOM has like multiple endings depending on how you go.
I didn't finish it.
Yeah, it's
That
got like a couple of endings of like you win, you lose, and all that kind of stuff.
This one is the you lost ending.
Yeah, and that's the cool thing is they choose the as if you lost as the canon ending.
Yeah.
Rather than you.
So
win.
aliens have taken over. They've kidnapped a whole bunch of humans to try and fix their DNA basically. And that was great. It's just it's hard because you have to do like resource management plus RPG like stuff to actually go out and do missions to kill the aliens. But yeah, it's hard. And I'm stuck right now. I'm like a really hard level. I've just figured out a way I could get past it, just not to do the mission I need to do. But you also have like a countdown, basically. If you
So
don't,
like so many turns before you lose.
basically, like you have like the aliens are also doing their own recon and stuff. So if you don't like stop them by the time all the red dots are filled, I think there's like 10 of them. Game over. I assume. And I'm at like 8 out of 10, so I'm fucked. I already got there once, and so I restarted the game, and then like Blaze, like, oh yeah, this is real easy, and then it got fucked again. It was hard, but I really like this kind of game.
Yeah, it's a strategy game. It's good.
Yeah, and it's not real time, which is good.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
not good at real time strategy game. I'm not even good at turn based, but I like turn
Yeah.
based strategy game.
Gives you more time to think it out, and you can at least eventually come up with the solution,
Mm.
rather than being like, ah!
The one thing that's always funny about it is that, because your shots are worked on percentages based on accuracy and stuff. It's the game that like has you can be like right here and it's still like 99%, and then
you miss.
Yeah.
you miss, and it's the most frustrating thing ever.
Yeah, it's that video game logic of like if there's a 99% chance to hit, there's a 100% chance you'll miss.
Yeah.
Like that's just the way it works.
I don't like it when it does that. It's a good game. If you have PS Plus, definitely play it. It's great. Only like
What are the other ones on PS Plus this month?
A Trials Fusion.
Oh, okay.
Messed around with that for a little bit. That was fun.
Trials games are
that
fun.
either.
Trials of games are good for drinking nights.
They're good fuck around games,
I mean, they're good for drinking games too.
I think
Every time you crash, you take a drink, and then everyone's just
Oh,
fucked
fuck.
about
I
half.
think the only one I played of that was the
Fusion.
one
The
that was.
trial for Trials Fusion, I think it was.
I don't know.
That's,
Well,
you had that on your Xbox.
it was basically an Xbox 360 game, and you played as your avatar. And
I think it was Trials HD
yeah.
or Trials Evolution, one of those two.
And you were like, it was pretty much just Free Rider.
Yeah.
Which one is the one with Blood Dragon in it?
What?
Far Cry?
Blood
What?
Dragon.
Far Cry
There's
3?
a Trials and Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon crossover.
It's a
think
very
that's-
odd crossover.
Yeah, I
You
think
suck.
I
that's.
think I've
it's-
seen that.
Yeah, it's HD or Evolution because they do a weird one every year because like Fusion had the fucking cat riding a unicorn thing.
I think Fusion must be the thing then.
I just remembered Neon Cat, sorry.
Whoa.
Wow.
You know what I do
A
want?
10-year-old meme.
I want Far Cry 3
I'm
Blood
pretty
Dragon.
sure it's older than that.
Mm.
I want Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon 2. Like, I love
Not a chance.
I know, not a chance, but I really want to.
Next minute, fucking tomorrow, Ubisoft.
Yeah.
Yes!
I like the idea that it is called Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon 2.
I just love the meme where it's like the start of Fallout 76. It's like become a Bethesda fan. Buy Fallout 76. You hear nukes in the background and you have to get to your vault. You find out that it's corrupt and that they make you sit down and play video games all day. You sit down at your computer and you start off in a cart in the middle of the snow.
Yeah.
Elder Scrolls comes across the screen. It's like, fuck.
I also saw the one that is like, Skyrim being ported to a new system, and it was the Poker Walker.
I lost my Poker Walker. Also, I've been watching some documentaries, YouTube ones, from NoClip. I finally got around to that. Which is the Final Fantasy 14 one. Do you guys know the story of 14? Basically came out 1.0, fucking sucked.
Everyone fucking hated it.
Because it was bad.
It was trash.
So, they basically fired the directors who were working on it, put in like this new guy who came out like, okay, we're going to fix 1.0, and then we're going to basically remake the game with 2.0 and actually make it a modern MMO. Because basically, 11 came out, 11 is the old MMO, it came out before WoW, and it had its own success, but it was a pre-WoW MMO. When they launched 14, it was basically 11.2, not what WoW popularized. So
essentially this new director comes in and he decides not only are we going to fix the game we currently have,
We're going to make a new one.
but in secret we're going to divide the team into two and develop an entirely new game. And then what they did was, as they were developing and fixing at the same time, they put in an in-game storyline that would, at the end of the storyline for this in-game thing, would crash it, reset everything, and everyone could start again
very
with the
DC
brand new game.
comics.
And so like they put in this like star in the sky, basically in the game.
It was a moon.
A moon, yeah, and it was getting closer and closer and getting bigger and brighter, and people were playing the game still because people were still enjoying it to some degree.
Yeah,
as they were
I think
fixing
people
it.
who liked 11 and like
Yeah,
people who
and
played 14, and it was getting better.
yeah, and they were fixing it. And people were like, oh yeah, this game's all right, and then they started noticing like, what the fuck is this thing that's coming towards our planet? And it just started to build intrigue and all that kind of stuff. And then sort of a couple months out from when they did it, they announced A Realm Reborn, which is Final Fantasy 14 as it is now. And then, yeah, apparently on the day that they launched it, like everyone apparently gathered at the same time on the online servers. There were just servers everywhere, and they dropped just hundreds of enemies so people could just battle.
Like the programmers were like manually adding in.
Yeah, and
over
like,
and over and over.
yeah, so it was just like this Armageddon style battle, and then the moon crashed in, and then they basically dropped a cutscene for everyone.
Pre-rendered like CGI beautiful
Yep.
cutscene. Was it Blur or was it just? It would have been in-house.
I think it was in-house.
Yeah,
Using
anyway.
the Square Enix engine, and then it's this CGI cutscene that kind of explains what's happening, and then that ended, and then you'd boot up A Realm Reborn, the brand new game with a whole new world, a whole new battle system, all these new mechanics, new quests, side quests, all starting afresh.
That's
And
incredible.
they've expanded everything from that game ever since. They've done like 3 or 4 expansions, and it fucking worked.
Yeah.
Because everyone was like, "This is incredible," and it's just. If you want to know more, watch the documentaries. There's 3 of them on YouTube called No Clip.
Yeah.
And it's the most incredible story out of a video game I've heard so far. Just they fucked it. Then a dude came in and was like, "Cool." He even went to the board of directors and said, "We've got 2 options. A, we fix this game up as best we can, and then we let it peter off and die, and then shut the servers down. We'll get back what we made on it, but we'll get back what we cost to make it, but that'll be that, and we call it a day. Or I can do this harebrained scheme to bring it back from the dead." And they were like, "Option B, try it, go ahead." And he fucking did it.
And now it's the second most subscribed MMO.
Yeah, the only thing that beats it is WoW.
As well,
Yeah.
Which is crazy because there's WoTool, there's other stuff.
Yeah, there's plenty of MMOs out there,
Yeah.
but this one's doing really well, and they
Guild
continue to
Wars.
add to it as well. So it's
It's on
a
its-
fascinating story.
3rd expansion,
Yeah, I think they've got a 4th one lined up.
probably.
We'll probably find out about it at E3. I should have put that in my predictions.
Shit, yeah.
That would have been an easy one.
But there's that, which is they're interesting and it's free. It's great.
Yeah,
And,
he does. The guy who does these documentaries, he's done a few of them for different ones.
Yeah.
He does them essentially by himself with like a couple other people.
Yeah.
But he doesn't take advertising money. He does it all through Patreon. Because his whole thing was that he wanted to stop having advertisers muddy up games media and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So he's doing self-done documentaries. He just launched one on Bethesda about their like Fallout, Elder Scrolls, like all of it.
Yeah.
Their history with that, and he did one on Doom. He's done one.
That's
on...
what I want to talk about briefly as well. So watching Doom, and Doom 4 was like fuck, and like that was the game. Like when I got into like looking at the industry, I'm like, Doom 4, that's a game that's never happening, and then like that's why like it eventually got rebooted. And like, did you play the new Doom?
I think I played the start and then I got bored.
Okay, yeah. The
Like,
start's really
as
good.
cool as it was to just like rip into monsters and like shoot everything, it was also like I was just shooting monsters and ripping into it.
You probably should have stuck with it because the story actually gets weird and good.
Okay.
Yeah. If you ever have a chance, like it's not long. Give it a shot again. It's also super cheap most of the time.
Yeah. I
Well,
think
Kyron owned it, so when I lived with him, I was just like, "Hey,
right.
can I play this?" And he was like, "Yeah." And then I did, and I was like, "This is a great stress reliever," but also like, you know,
The
plus,
story.
I think I got caught at one point. It was just like, I think I needed to get over something, or I just couldn't find where I needed to go, and I after 10 minutes of trying, I was just like,
Yeah.
I think
I'm hungry.
the opening to that is like one of the best openings.
It was a good opening, don't get me
Yeah.
wrong. Like, you just fucking wake up, what was it, in like a pool of blood or something?
On like an altar.
altar.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right.
You
Yeah.
like rip the things off, and then you
Yeah.
get up, and then
Yeah.
you see that like people were praying to you, like what the fuck, and then you like see your armor like covered in candles, and you're like,
Yeah.
okay, put that armor on, and then you're like, here's the tutorials, and then you shove it out of the way,
Yeah.
and then like you just go for
The
it.
whole game is all tongue in cheek
Yeah.
with like, it knows you're playing a video game, so it does a lot of the things that like weird things like the guy that speaks to you over the radio the whole game is constantly like, so I need you to do this, and that way we'll be able to, you know, he's trying to convince you to do something bad, but you're all that kind of stuff, and he asks you to do certain tasks, and instead of doing the tasks, the Doom guy will just punch it or blow it up.
Yeah.
And then you
Well,
have
that's basically all Doom was.
yeah, and then you
Just
have
like shot everything and
Yeah.
fucking went to the next level.
and you have this really smart guy on the radio who every time that happens you hear him just go like, alright, okay, so oh man, and like trying to come up with ways to like, this guy's a fucking wrecking machine that's just blowing everything up, and I need to make this work for my plan. So he's like, okay, so you just punched it. So, and he's just like trying to figure it out, and it's actually
It
really
just
cool.
reminds me of Wheatley from Portal 2.
It reminds me of
Yeah.
the guy at the end of Crackdown 1, the voiceover.
Yes.
Did you ever play Crackdown?
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
Okay, so
throughout
throughout Crackdown, it was the biggest twist that I had ever seen at that point in my life. I was like, what the fuck? I did not see that coming in a million years. Basically, throughout the whole game in Crackdown 1, this guy's talking to you.
The operator, isn't it?
Yeah. Like, just this guy talking to you in your ear. It's like, it's a narrator. And then at the end of the game, it's like, oh, I'm actually the bad guy. And you were like, what the fuck?
That's the would you kindly.
That's the
Bioshock twist.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so the whole game have you played Bioshock?
No.
So the whole game,
it's so good.
It's such a great twist. You're probably never going to play it.
I know Infinite.
Infinite fucks it up because it plays with time loops and screws everything up. But basically, Bioshock 1's whole thing was that you're playing this game and there's this guy who, every time you go to him, he's the one who gives you quests and tells you all the stuff and all that kind of thing. And you're playing the game and doing everything, and because it's a video game, you just play it, right? You're just doing all that kind of stuff, and you're obviously this NPC is telling you to do stuff, so you go do the quest. And every time he does it, he says like, "Would you kindly just go grab this thing for me? Would you kindly go over here?"
Oh, that's right.
And at the end of the game, you find out that there's these slaves that are programmed, and the way they are activated to just go do a task is the operator says, "Would you kindly?" And that's the phrase that activates a robot or a
I think it's a sleeper cell.
A sleeper cell, yeah. Would you kindly is the phrase that activates them, and they're slaves. They don't have any other choice.
Okay.
And so this whole game, you're like, oh shit, there's this guy that's been telling you the whole game, would you kindly do this? Would you kindly do that? And you've just been doing it.
Yeah.
And you are...
And
and it's such a good moment. It's so
like
good.
One of the best plot twists in media. Like, it's so good. Like, Bioshock, and that's why that franchise became, like,
because it's one of those twists that only video games can do, too, because it also points it at you, the player, and you're like, you fucking, like, what are you slave to the video game? And you're like, like, it's, really good. I love twists like that.
Yeah. So he was the main bad guy.
Yeah. You think he's a good guy, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh shit, you're the guy.
Because he's been saying, when they did that.
Yeah, because he's been saying, would you kindly the entire game.
And he turned out to be the bad guy who like fucked up the entire rap shop.
Yeah. Like, he screwed everything up. He's the reason the world is fucked up in that game. And it's such a good twist.
It's a bad end boss, but...
Yeah, the twist is worth it.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what I've been into.
Yeah.
Should we wrap it up?
I think we're dead. How long are we going for?
Oh, we've been going for... not long. An hour and 20.
Hour and 20's good. That's solid.
It's a solid podcast.
Yeah, we did almost 2 hours last week, so we can,
Everybody pat yourselves on the back.
Yeah, did a good job.
I can't reach.
Nathaniel, can you pat Dean for him? He needs the love.
I'll call my dad after this.
Wake him
My
up.
friends are bullying me!
Please hug me!
Dad, do you love me? Please say yes.
I just need to hear you say it once, okay?
Just one time! You have a serious talk with George. He's like, okay, you're not the favourite.
Yeah. Listen here, bitch.
He's like, look, you're not bad, but I really love Georgie. She's definitely my favourite.
You're alright, I guess.
I mean, like, I've raised you from being a child. I've been here your entire life.
He was there,
I've been here your entire life. I met
see the
Georgie
look
for
on
like
your
20
face
minutes.
of just like, raised is pretty
Like,
generous.
he helped me, don't get me wrong. But, like,
I mean, he was there,
yeah.
physically.
When I needed,
Green
funds to
cordial.
go to school,
Yeah.
that was available.
I mean, he did his job.
He did his job description.
Yeah.
He didn't get Employee of the Month, no. None of that.
Yeah, he came to work, clocked in, did it, clocked out. Never took his work home with him.
Clocked off early by just putting me to bed early. It's fine.
Oh, I'm sorry, Dean.
If
alright.
You turned on alright.
Still here.
Yeah, you did.
It's all good.
You're
You've done
good.
something right.
You survived.
If you enjoyed this existential episode, please leave a
Oh,
like
man.
button and subscribe. We just lost a subscriber, so I'm sorry.
It's probably me.
Probably.
It wasn't. It was a lie. I'm sorry. I'm compulsive.
It's alright, we probably just got it back.
We just found out your whole life is gonna lie. So.
Yeah. My dad actually really loves me. He's like, He's
You
my,
have it
he's
there?
my biggest supporter. What? Why? Because I'm part black?
Oh!
He's white, so yes, he's here. Sorry to all you people who don't have any fathers. Black or white or Mexican or any other races that I've left out.
You guys are stressed.
Just saying.
Anyway,
Rough.
Be sure to check out the Amalgam Games Lab, where we're not as existential. And we
No.
talk about,
Well, we talk about politics,
Yeah,
so
we
it's
talk about
kind of not that
politics, so
bad.
that was fun.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird week this week.
Talking about politics.
Yeah.
There's internet things and games.
The NBA.
Yeah, politicians are blaming us for the internet.
Oh, fuck off.
Yeah, that's basically the episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, until next time, everyone. Bye.
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 gotcha. Wait, so what
Fuck
did we decide?
artists.
Use up the. Hey,
For our anniversary, we're going to talk about how people suck when it comes to music.
we're gonna shit on Adam Sandler.
Wait, is that Zod's kid?
Fucking throwback.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I have like a bunch of I have a list of
Also
like
2 hours
TVs
of
we should
Pokemon.
make.
What?
T-shirts
Yes.
we should make.
Oh, really?
Like the Zod's Cave, the it's unlimited energy. It's like stuff like that. Where's my phone?
The unlimited energy. I love that meme. Wait, guys. Hold on now.
How is he still alive? It's unlimited energy.
Yeah.
Come on.
And then for every single other person, everything was just explained with it's fucking Dragon Ball. There is no plot. Just watch them fucking.
Just watch the explosions and shut the fuck up.
Yeah, pretty much.
Vegeta got knocked out in at 17. Unlimited energy, bro.
What are you talking about?
It's the key to everything.
Also,
it's like
Dragon
Jar
Ball.
Jar for Star Wars, you know?
It's the kid.
It's the key to everything.
Did we talk about
Wasn't that an actual thing? They were originally going to make him the Sith Lord?
No, that was
No,
just a
that
theory
was a
that
fan
made
theory.
way too much sense.
But
it was
isn't that why
theory.
George Lucas said Jar Jar is the key to everything?
He's never
No,
said
he's
He
never
that.
said
did, and there's a recording of him saying it.
It's probably him being facetious and making a joke out of it.
I
But it
was hoping
never,
so, but
Jar Jar was
also...
never planned to.
But like, there's also like...
he
there's
literally
the force jump from the side and the robot tracks him doing it.
he's
It's
also
the whole thing.
he was
George
whole-
Lucas isn't that smart.
Yeah.
He jumps 6 feet in the
He
air, does a
literally
triple
is also-
flip, and then lands
He's also
on
been
water.
quoted as saying that Jar Jar was specifically just a children's thing.
Yeah.
It was designed to make children laugh.
He wasn't in the books, was he?
No.
What?
I thought
What?
Jar Jar wasn't in the
In
Star
the
Wars books.
expanded universe.
We need a
I'm not sure.
book.
Was there no books for the?
I mean, there were comics.
There are some.
Books.
There are
But
some.
they
books.
don't count anymore because Disney. Oh
Yeah.
no, not canon. Luke didn't have a wife. He doesn't have a second lightsaber. He never fought other Sith Lords. That was it. He just became a hermit and did all
And
that.
drank
Sucked on some titties.
Yeah.
Suck titty
Some
milk.
titty milk.
Yeah.
Blue titty milk.
Weird.
And kept on
alien
thinking
titty.
about Yoda.
It just reminds him of the day
I'm
that
gonna
Uncle
drink this
Ben
green
died.
milk and think about
Oi.
Yoda.
Let's get this started.
It reminds him of Uncle Ben's death.
Uncle Ben.
Yeah.
Pizza time.
But, I guess.
No, it's
Well,
Uncle,
he drank milk that morning.
Idiot Uncle Owen.
Uncle Owen.
No, I thought you meant Obi-Wan, as in you were
Uncle
calling him
Oben.
Uncle Ben.
Oben.
Oh, Ben one. Owen.
All right, shall we before we
Obi
talk about everything ever?
Kenobi.
What if the show's already started?
Has it
You
already
just don't know
started?
it.
Oh, fuck.
No,
I
I
cracked
I
the
can't see the fucking screen.
Yeah, we're recording.
I
So,
love how
like-
you do this, but there's still no camera. You're like,
It's a signal to all of you guys.
Yeah, to shut the fuck up and let him do his clap.
Ah, I thought you were saluting. Or howling.
Howling.
Hailing.
Ah.
Hailing.
Every week.
Hailing.
Every fucking week.
Alrighty.
Don't go to sleep, no.
3, 2, 1.